Shout-outs. All right, this is where we go around the room. We're going to shout out 3 things, people, places, projects that we're not involved with. Because really this is about building a community. So I'm going to go first. I want to give a shout-out to Kenny Dorm's Backyard. We shot the last Freeform Fridays there. These 2 guys, they did the camera work on that. And I still haven't even gotten to start to edit it because I still am catching up from the guitar session that you and I did by ourselves. Well, we had musicians. Tom brought his GoPro, but you and I produced that.
The background in Kenny Dorm's looked amazing. That footage should be
great.
Top-notch, yeah.
I'm interested to see if the audience likes it better than the Regal Cat editions, because that's the session I'm talking about. Speaking of which, Regal Cat has not made an appearance.
Yeah, she has. She's been in and out.
Really?
She lounged right in the middle of the room for like 20 minutes, dude.
Fair enough. So I want to give a shout out to them. They're looking for volunteers, and if you're in Austin and you can help out, they really could use a hand. And volunteering is just as important as a monetary donation for those guys. So I will put a link in the description. Make sure to get in touch if you've got any extra resources you can throw their way. The other thing I want to shout out to Victor Wooten, greatest living bass player. I don't know if that's true. Lenny Stallworth sold me the hat, you know. Lenny might be the greatest living bass player. I love Lenny. But Victor Wooten, I want to give a shout out to. He's been. I was listening to Live in America on the way home, and it really thoroughly influenced my whole outlook on music, including his book, The Music Lesson. It's a good book. It really explains in a logical and through storytelling all of the aspects of music and what to focus on. My third shout out is going to be to, I think it was Ridgepoint Elementary School, who I went and ran sound for today for free for their fundraiser. They do a dual language program. It was great.
And that is really cool because education, like I don't think it's possible to raise too much money for education at any level of the spectrum.
Exactly.
They need all they can get.
So Steven, let's do your shout outs.
Well, I'm wearing the shirt. So
Rockstar,
even though I'm, an employee, it's still not my company. So I think it's fair enough to shout out. I'm just a worker bee for them. Rockstar Studios is an amazing app development company, and I am not a fan of capitalism. Right? Like I am opposed to the mentality of do everything possible to earn extra profit regardless of ethics.
Sure.
And part of the reason that I love Rockstar so much and stick with them is because the guys who run that company, they agree with me. They have that philosophy of, no, we want to make good product and we want to treat our employees right and we want everyone to come away feeling like they had a good time and got a good product out of it. So if anybody out there needs any kind of app development or web development, Rockstar Studios can knock it out. Maybe we should build an app for Get Off My Lawn Records. That is something we could totally talk about. Yeah, we could totally do that. We could make the entire catalog available for a price, like a monthly subscription. Like once the catalog gets up to a sufficient size where that would be valuable to pay like $1 a month, but then have total access, you pay $12 a year. It'd be like buying one album from us a year, and you could get, I don't know, we'll figure out the details.
Yeah.
All right. So Rock Sauce, what else? So I'm shooting at the moon here. My favorite musical thing that has happened recently is Hamilton, and I know that that's been kind of beaten to death by pop culture, but it's truly amazing. PBS last night put out this wonderful feature-length documentary about the making of Hamilton, which is on PBS.com for free for this week only. I think it's pbs.org. Maybe pbs.org, sure. I'll try to dredge up a link for the description. It's part of a show called The Great Performances, so if you just type in Great Performances Watch Online PBS, it will be the first thing that pops up. And if you've never encountered Hamilton and don't understand what all the fuss is about and are not a fan of sitting down and listening to the soundtrack of a stage musical, this documentary will make it clear why this might be the best thing to happen to musical theater in the past 50 years. Got it. What else? Or that was 3, right? Oh, that was 2. That was 2. The third one. I encountered a new band that I have to give a shout out, even though it's really a long shout out because they are a Finnish band. Finland. called Fintroll.
Fintroll.
They're a death metal band, and one of their gimmicks is all their song lyrics are transcribed from ancient Swedish folk songs about trolls.
About trolls.
Nice.
And it's kind of amazing.
Maybe we should look. Are you in contact with them? Do they know who you are?
Well, if you count me praising them on Twitter and them liking it and retweeting it, yes.
Absolutely.
I have been in contact.
Send them a message. Get them in touch with me.
All right.
Let's see if maybe we could do a like a non-exclusive distribution deal.
Why not, right?
Right. Just we'll make it available on the Bandcamp for our listeners so that it's easy to get to. But I'm sure maybe their stuff's on iTunes and all that. But Fintroll.
All
right.
It's great.
All right. Autumn, what are your 3 shout-outs?
I'd like to give a shout out to my dogs because they inspire me that I made the right choice to avoid most human contact. Secondly is my publisher, Funkasm Press. I'll send you a link if you want to put it up later.
Absolutely.
But they have if you're basically just like horribly bored with literature and like these are sort of the rejects of like traditional publishers because it's super weird stuff. But yeah, they're doing some really cool stuff. Like John Skip and Danger Slater has like a kind of grotesque book about like a guy's body falling apart and cockroaches. What is my third? Lana Del Rey. No comment.
Fair enough. Greg, what are your 3 shout-outs?
I'm trying to think. I've been paying so little attention to anything other than working on getting out of town the last few days. But I feel like I should give a shout-out to a friend of mine who's running a haunted house up in Denton that you got to go see.
Andy.
Yeah, you gotta go. If you're up in that area, there's the Dark Path Haunt up there, which I've never been able to make it to, but he is one hell of a talented guy.
He really is.
And I'm sure that place is pretty terrifying.
Yeah. You know, House of Torment is right next to my office right now. It is miserable right now.
Yeah.
Who else?
Let me think. I'm going to give a shout out to Penn Jillette because we were talking earlier about favorite books and it didn't actually make it around to me and we kind of abandoned that one. His book, Every Day is an Atheist Holiday, was kind of an amazing piece of writing for me.
All right.
I mean, it's not, it's
I can
sort
second
of...
this. I've read this book. It's great.
It's sort of about atheism. It's really more about, like, the joy of being alive, and it's kind of an autobiography. It's kind of philosophical, but it's very funny and kind of deeply moving. And I got the audio book of that, and I've listened to it in its entirety probably 4 or 5 times, which is not something I normally do. So I really enjoyed that, and I would definitely like to give a shout out to Penn Jillette for Every Day is an Atheist Holiday. The final shout out that I...
Tell her.
Yeah. Okay,
Let's get
tell
your,
her.
Let's get your 3 shout-outs.
Okay, well, first, shout out to Regal Cat.
Oh, shout out to Regal Cat. Hi, sweetie.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to lay you down? Okay. And then my 3 shout outs are basically all for the same thing,
Okay.
but it's 3 different people.
3 different people. Who are they?
Melissa, Terralita, and Dulce.
Okay. Melissa, Terralita, and Dulce.
Yes. And they were very awesome this week and wrote me recommendations for this program that I'm applying to. And I'm very, very grateful for them for being so awesome about all of it.
Got it. So those are our shout-outs. Let us know what's going on so we can shout you out. What's next?